Hi, welcome to Outliving My Diagnosis. This is my vlog series where I film clips throughout the week and I talk about my emotions and my experiences with my mental illnesses, what I can do better from the things I've learned, talk about whatever I want to talk about, all that jazz. This is the first clip of me starting up the series again, and I was going through my old phone case, which I have on my phone right now, and this is what I found inside of my phone case. This little This is whenever I first came up with the idea for Outliving My Diagnosis. I just think it's really special that I found this because it's kind of marking the journey again. Like, I'm restarting it. I'm starting up the vlog series again. So I think this is just a sign that I'm in the right direction and I'm entering my YouTube era again. So more videos to come. I'll talk to you later. Today we had to put Manny down, Sarah's dog, and obviously she was an emotional wreck. I cried because I hate seeing my best friend have to go through this pain. She's gone through so much grief in her life. It's actually so sad, but I'm on my way to the chiropractor right now, and then after I finish at the chiropractor, I'm probably gonna take my car to the mechanic if they have any openings or any time. I'm visiting my family for Thanksgiving, so I'm gonna be driving to Florida in the next few days so that I can go see them and hang out with them and love them and all that kind of stuff. I'm pretty low in energy right now. I feel like just because I cried this morning, and anytime I cry, it's just for some reason I'm done for the rest of the day. I don't have energy to do anything for the rest of the day. It's automatically, are you fucking stupid? What the fuck were you doing? Okay, some people are stupid drivers. I'm really hoping my car is okay, perfect, and they tell me, oh, there's nothing wrong with her, she's totally fine. That would be ideal. I don't have a lot of money, so I'm really hoping it's not oh, you need new brake pads, you need new this, you need new that. I'm really hoping to do therapy with myself tonight. I'm hoping I can have a cry night. Since I cried this morning, I think I might be a little bit more in touch with my emotions today. It makes me feel good. It helps me get the emotions I'm suppressing out, and then it just feels like a burden is off of my back. So it's not I'm trying to force myself to cry just so I can cry, but I just kind of like that feeling of release and relief that I get from doing it, from crying. I'm gonna listen to music, kind of feel good, feel nice, feel jazzy, and I'll see you guys in a second. I'm watching this video called Life is a Video Game by Julian himself, and I very frequently think of life as a game to motivate myself and to remind myself the purpose of why I'm here. And then on the topic of that, he's talking about purpose. What's your purpose in life? You have to find your purpose and what's gonna lead you into life and all that kind of stuff. Basically, we're all gonna die. It's literally inevitable. It doesn't matter any of your circumstances in life. We all are going to die at one point, you know what I mean? And at the gates of heaven, at the gates of hell, to the universe, in energy, whatever you believe in after death, or absolutely nothing, just know you can't take anything from your current life. That sounds weird. You want to know how you find your purpose? Think about the end and think about how you have to leave everything behind. So leaving behind all the physical stuff, all the mundane stuff, all your relationships, what you like and all that kind of stuff. What's your purpose? If materialistic things, you don't get to take any materialistic things with you after death. No, you don't take any people, you don't take people's approval, you don't take validation after death. All of that doesn't matter anymore, because at the end, whenever we die, we have to leave that all at the door. That's all just staying here. We don't get to take it with us. I feel like my purpose, I want to help people understand themselves. I want to help people love themselves and appreciate themselves, because I feel like every human on earth, boys and women, we all deserve to love ourselves, everyone. But that's my purpose in life. And then I realized, I was wait, okay. I was sitting here watching the video and I realized that I already do help people. And that's a very hard thing for me to say, because for some reason I have this deep-rooted thing. I don't know where it stems from. I really haven't thought about it a lot because it's still one of the biggest scary thoughts. So it's actually cool that I'm thinking about it right now, and it's on video, so if I forget, I can just rewatch this. It's really hard for me to accept compliments, and it's hard for me to accept that I've done good. It's hard for me to accept I am a good person. It feels as if it's so far from the truth, and it just seems like such a reach, and it's just don't say that about yourself. You're a horrible person. I'm just really thankful that I've been able to already fulfill some of my purpose, I feel like I've already contributed to the earth in good ways. Like, I just feel like my purpose is to help people and to help people understand themselves and love themselves and care about themselves. That's exactly the words I used in the beginning of this video. That's funny. Hydrate, don't dehydrate. You know, okay, wait, that's so weird now because now I'm conscious of it. Whenever you're conscious of like a symptom, it's like really weird. Like, I don't, like, especially an autism thing, like, I don't know, it's really weird being conscious of like you doing things, I guess. Like, it's just easier for me to talk whenever I'm not looking at the thing I'm talking to. Right now, I'm very conscious of it, and that's what I was talking about. I was talking about how it's so weird being conscious that I'm not looking at the camera, because then it feels almost like I'm doing it on purpose and like I'm doing it just to like prove something or to like fake it or something, you know. I don't know, it's like a really, I think that's actually the root of it, is that I'm scared that like people will perceive me faking it, you know. People will think I'm faking it just because I'm conscious or acknowledging the fact that, oh yeah, I do have trouble looking at a camera. But I also, there's another deep rooted thing, is that I have a deep rooted thing where I still haven't to my core accepted my autism. Like, I myself have not accepted fully, and like I have accepted, but like again, not 100%. I feel like I'm at like 80%, but that 20% is still prominently there, you know. 20% is still 20%. I feel like I have to get to the deep rooted stuff, and that's what I'm trying to work on. I am learning so many things about myself, and I'm learning about like how so many, I've literally like suppressed myself all my life. Like, I've literally been like a fake concept of myself my entire life. Like, I have literally just been a walking chameleon. Like, I've not been myself. I've literally always had to suppress who I really am. Like, I'm autistic, but I've had to suppress my autism my entire life. So like, now that I'm unmasking and I'm finally not in a state, or I'm learning how to like slowly, in moments, I'm not in a state of constant stress, or chronic stress rather. That also comes from my CPTSD, but I think a big part of my CPTSD is probably because I was undiagnosed autistic, also getting abused. So like, obviously, yeah, that's traumatic, but like for me, I had to like fundamentally suppress who I am and my needs. Like, I had special needs, bro. Like, I would fail out of school. I had behavior, I had all the issues, you know, like, and like, because I've done so well at surviving, people look at me and they're like, oh, she's got her shit together, she'll get better. Like, I was talking with my best friend's mom, and my best friend, she was in the kitchen, we were in their kitchen, and she was basically talking about a patient of autism that she works for a psychiatrist. So she was talking about the patient who can't function, like they have a really difficult time functioning. Eventually in the conversation, she mentioned how like, but not you, you'll get through it, or like you can rise above it, you can like, but you're gonna get better. Some people can't function, you know, some people can't, like, they have to be in special classes and stuff. You were in normal classes, you were in normal school, and you know, like, whatever. And so like, I sat there, I actually verbally asked her, I was like, what gives you the impression, like, what, I couldn't find the words, so I was stumbling on my words, but like, I was like, what gives you the impression that like I'm not, like, what gives you the impression that I'm like clearly more functioning than in your head? Like, just because I wasn't in the classes does not mean I shouldn't have been in the classes, you know? Like, especially for math, I got diagnosed with a math learning disability, and like, I literally got straight F's my freshman year of math in like algebra, straight F's. The only reason I feel like I passed the class is because the school didn't want to drop their grade or their like thing, because I didn't have to take any remedial, but like, I literally got straight F's. Like, and I always was a horrible student. Like, I was never able to do well in school. And like, I don't know, I just think about those things from my childhood, and I feel like that's why it's just so suppressed, because so much of it was just me trying to like literally just survive. It's like an animal being dropped in an environment that it's not its natural habitat. Like, think of like a polar bear trying to survive in a forest. Like, I'm a polar bear, I have completely different needs, completely different like habits, I have completely different wiring in my brain to function, and it feels like I'm dropped into this environment full of animals that I'm not like anything like, and like, I don't function like them, I don't talk like them, I don't feel like them, and like, I felt different my whole entire life, bro. Like, so I knew something was always wrong with me, and of course, obviously, all my life I had more of a negative bias towards that. Like, oh my god, there's something wrong with me, I'm horrible. Like, I had a very negative self-perception for a very, very long time. I don't know, it's just so weird to accept that like, I've been autistic my entire life, and I am autistic, and like, yes, I'm pretty and conventionally pretty, so people look at me and they're like, that's all they see most times. You know, they don't see past that. They can't see a lack of functioning just by looking at me. I don't know what features gives off a more less functioning impression. I also went to 2 acting schools. Like, I got really into acting at one point in my life. I've done a lot of acting in my life, and like, I am very good at masking. I'm very good at acting. I'm very good at putting on a facade of like who I am. Like, I'm literally, this entire video, I don't think I've been looking at the camera. Oh, I hate being conscious of that. It feels like I really am a polar bear in a forest. I'm also extremely heat intolerant, so maybe that's why. I literally function so well in the cold. I love the cold. I love winter. I'm so excited to be able to go outside and just take walks and not feel like I'm sweating the entire time. I don't know why I censored. Why did I do that? Days, but it's alright. Dun, 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 dun. Whoa, we're glowing in the dark. Okay, I'm gonna watch my YouTube video now. Bye bye. You wanna know how to take away someone's ability to defend themselves? Make them absolutely hate themselves. Growing up, we were in a situation where we were not allowed to have a voice of our own. We really weren't our own person. If we were to try to defend ourselves or to explain something, we would get in trouble, or often really like yelled at, like verbally assaulted. You know, like when you live in an environment where you're supposed to just absorb everything that's being done to you without batting an eye and without complaining and without defending yourself and without causing a commotion because this is all happening to you, you're fundamentally taught to silence yourself at all times, because the best way to control people is by taking away their ability to defend themselves. You make people so insecure, they'll take any treatment given to you, and that's what this world is run off of right now. A bunch of weak people, because we've been created to be weak. A lot of people don't realize things about power. You are the only person who can give things power. Your power is important. You give power to what you think about, and you give power to you choose what to give your power to, whether you like that or not. If someone tells you, hey, your hair looks bad today, it's your choice whether to take that as, oh my god, yeah, that must mean I look ugly today, or be like, oh wow, that person's just projecting. That's really pathetic on their part, you know? Like, that's embarrassing that they just would say something like that to me. Why would their opinion have any value, you know, like, to even care about? I guess I just took back my own power, you know? Like, I feel like that's something I've really been working on, like learning how to balance power. What is power? Power is knowledge, and also a big responsibility, and low-key a burden. Like, it's actually quite a burden, but it is nice. It's like worth it enough to be a burden. Like, I would never want to go back to like thinking the way I used to be, or suppressing myself the way I used to, or, you know, I like that I'm growing. I would never want to wilt away. I forgot to feed myself today. Like, I kept remembering and then I would forget. Today was like not that great of a day. I didn't schedule myself to do anything today. I just feel very like worthless and distracted whenever I don't plan something for myself or I don't write out my day. I can't wait to get my car back. That way my anxiety can fizzle out. I'm getting like so much anxiety every single time I think about my trip. Like, I just push things off until the last second. Like, I push things off that I have to think about till the last second. Like, I'm visiting my family for Thanksgiving and I'm leaving on Monday. And it's currently Friday. I think I lied to you. It's Thursday. I love driving. I have a really big paranoia that something's gonna happen to my car. But also, I guess that's something I should just stop doing, because I do regularly get it checked. And hopefully this time they'll give me a confirmation before I go if there's anything wrong with my car. So there's no point in me stressing. It really just seems like a waste of time to stress, because it's something that's completely out of my control. Like, if something were to happen in the middle of the road, like, it really wouldn't make sense, like, oh, stressing every single moment until that happens, if it ever does happen. I hate that I'm gonna be out of routine for a while. Like, whenever I'm out of town, I'm gonna have to like scurry away to try to do my lives, to hope and like try not to miss too many days. But I think I should be fine. I'm not really too stressed about it, because at the end of the day, I'm there to see family. So even if I need to take a week off, even though I know it'll like suck for my analytics and it'll suck for like people will forget about me if they don't see my face for a week, you know what I mean? That's like the internalized fear I have, is that like, oh my god, if people don't see my face at least like once a day, they're gonna forget about me. We're all complete strangers. Like, why do I care so much if you were to forget about me? You know, why is that something that I would base decisions around that thought? I can't wait to get my RV And like also I've been trying to think a lot more abundantly, even playing Minecraft more abundantly. Like if I have good things in Minecraft, I won't never use them because that's always what I do. I literally will collect so many great things in Minecraft and then I just never use them. Like I think they have so much value, so I can't touch them. I have to save them. I have to save them. So I never use anything exciting in Minecraft. I always hoard it, or I have like this scarcity mindset that like, oh my god, if I use this, I'm never gonna have it again. I'll never get more diamonds if I spend these diamonds. Oh my god, that's like a really deep-rooted thing if I'm doing it in a video game too. Anyways, I'm trying to think more abundantly. Like I can always make more money. I know I can provide for myself. I know I'm always going to be taken care of. I know I'm safe right now. I'm never going to have to be homeless, and I always stress as if that's going to be a reality sometime soon, even though it's not. And recently it feels like I'm noticing a lot more abundance. Like I feel like abundance, I notice abundance more often than lack or scarcity. I catch myself a lot more often, which means I'm still kind of in the middle phase of creating a solidified mind stream of that, or mindset, or a core belief, maybe like create it into a core belief. Love you. Thank you for watching. I can't guarantee this is probably not the end. The video is not done yet, babes. I'm so sorry, but it will be soon, hopefully. All right, but love you. Thank you for watching. See you in the next clip in a second. Suffer. Looks too depressing from this angle. Hey guys, how's your day going? Good? That's great. This is the time where I start to like really struggle because I think I'm going into a depressive episode and I can't control it. I can't stop it. And like now I don't know what to do because my first instinct is to be like, Steph, you're being so lazy. You need to like get all this stuff done. Stress, stress, stress. I just don't have the energy to do any of it. I don't have energy to make videos. I don't have energy to deal with anything. I don't have energy to get anything done really. Like I'm just laying in bed and it's like I'm looking at my to-do list and I'm just like really, I don't want to do any of that, you know? I smell my body odor. I even just showered. Like my hair is clean. Look how clean my hair is. But I feel like I'm just rotting. I don't know how to explain it, bro. Like I don't want to be like this. Like I don't want to be stuck in bed and I don't want to avoid my responsibilities. I don't want to neglect all of that stuff just because, oh, I don't want to fight hard enough. I don't want to push myself to do more. I just feel depressed and low energy. I've had symptoms and signs for a while that it was going to start, but I'm just in such deep denial that I'm bipolar. I don't want to accept it, you know, which I know I need to. I go in and out of accepting it and unaccepting it. And if I'm bipolar, I have to accept the fact that I have no control over feeling like this, which means I would have to give myself lenience, which I don't want to give myself lenience. I don't want to give myself an excuse to be lazy, lay in bed all day. I just want an excuse to do that. So if I accept my bipolar, it feels like I'm accepting this excuse to do nothing or whatever. I haven't been able to wake up in the mornings and I haven't been able to brush my teeth. And I just have all of these signs that like show me, Steph, depression, you're bipolar. You're depressed. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just lazy. No, I'm not. I didn't make time for it. No, I'm not. I just didn't prioritize it correctly. No, I'm not. I just didn't do this. Because I feel like I'm just so used to like explaining to people, hey, I'm really depressed right now. And then the response is like, well, did you do this though? Did you do this? You're probably just trying to do this. And it's just like, oh no, that's not the case, but thank you for trying. Anyways, I'm gonna end the clip here because I don't really have much to talk about. I just wanted to give an update about how I was feeling, so. Alright, love you. See you in the next clip. I have the urge to just hit everything. I think I'm just overwhelmed. I don't have my car, which I hate not having my car. I took it to the shop on Thursday to get like a quick inspection and they said I would get my car back Friday. Like even Friday morning. And like it's now Friday and they close in like an hour and I haven't gotten my car yet. And I even called them. And I didn't get an answer.
I was supposed to leave early Monday morning to go drive to visit my family in Florida, but now if I don't get my car, I'm not gonna have my car the entire weekend, and I have to push back my plans that I set for my trip. And I missed my appointment today because they didn't give me back my car. I'm just overwhelmed with the fact about how sad I feel, like how depressed I feel. I don't want this to be my reality again. Like, I need to work. I need to afford to get out of here. I need to function, bro. And I need to function to work. I need to work to make money. I don't have motivation for anything. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to make content. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to do anything. I just want a functional brain so bad, and I can't talk to people about how I'm feeling because I'll get the comment, you just need to get health insurance. You know, if you get a job and work for health insurance, there's no point. If I were to get a job, right, and I would be able to use that money to pay my bills, I'm working all those hours, and then I pay all for health insurance, I still am not working towards what I actually need. It's like a waste of my money if I were to get health insurance right now, because I literally, like, people don't understand. I would have to pay a crap ton of money for health insurance to fix my brain. That money isn't going towards leaving this house, so I'm still stuck living here. I want my RV, and that's all I can think about. I can't sleep at night, nothing, because I keep thinking about this fucking RV. I can't sleep at night. My insomnia has gotten really bad again, and I think it's probably because of my brain chemicals, bro. I wish I could control my brain, but my brain controls me. I did make $150 today, though. A random creepy man on Instagram was like, let me spoil you. So I was like, if you're real, my Cash App is Steph Struggles. And they sent me $50, and I was like, damn, they're real. And then they were like, I'll pay you $100 to watch me. And so I was like, okay. And so I turned my camera off, I turned my microphone off, they did their thing, and all I was doing was looking out the window. I wasn't even watching. I didn't have to do anything. Before, by the time I got back to my phone, the call had already ended, and I made an easy $150, so I was like, listen, no complaints. I do have to start getting back into sex work, unfortunately, just because I need money to pay my bills, and like, I don't think people understand how heavily I'm trying. Doing sex work is more of an inconvenience to me than something that, like, oh my god, I hate that I have to do this. Sometimes it does hit harder than others, but right now, it's just more of an inconvenience where it's like, okay, do what you gotta do. Use me how you want to use me. Give me your money so I can support myself. I did something. I felt really bad about it. I talked about it a little bit today on live, and then something else happened, and so I had two conflicts happen for the first time in months. So like, I feel like I finally have gotten triggered. It's been like a really long time since I've been triggered or I've had conflict happen because I isolate myself so much, so I don't really get triggered a lot. I don't put myself in situations to deal with people's stupidity, you know what I mean? I hate having this overwhelming fear looming over my head at all times. I hate my living situation being in the hands of another person. I just want to be in charge of where I live, and I want to be in charge that if conflict happens, I don't have to be scared about like the people I live with not liking me and having to deal with like conflict in the place I live, because that's all I've ever had to live in my sorry. I hate when I can't get my words out, bro. It like makes me violent. I've lived my entire life being like controlled, and my entire fate and essence and autonomy in somebody else's hands. I really just want my own autonomy. I want my own place to live, and I know that's a common thing for everyone in this generation, right? I'm not just trying to act like this is only a me problem, you know? A lot of us can't afford our own place to live and stuff like that. I just know my life is gonna like, do you guys ever just feel something? Like, you just know, you know? I just feel like my life is just gonna like take such a positive turn once I have my own place, my own stability. I don't have to worry about living with my best friend's parents, not having to worry about if conflict happens with my best friend that I get kicked out, or I'll have to deal with living with her and she doesn't like being around me. I just don't think I'm a good person to be around. Like, I don't think I'm a good friend. Like, I don't know how to comfort people. I don't understand it, and I hate not understanding it, because I do understand it to some extent, but I don't know how to like watch people go through things and just watch them. Like, am I supposed to literally, is that what life is? You're just supposed to watch the people you love go through hard things and you can't help them? And I try to help people the best I can, but then I feel like I'm miserable to be around because you can't be around Stephanie without her lecturing you. You can't be around Stephanie without her trying to fix you. You can't be around Stephanie whenever you need comfort because you know you're not going to get that comfort when you're around her. And it's not because I don't want to comfort people. I don't know how. All my life, all I've ever had to do is suck things up. So I don't know how to tell people, oh, it's gonna be okay, the things you are doing are okay. Like, I don't know how to do that to people. I don't know how to comfort myself. I don't know how to let people cope their own way. I don't know how to, I don't know how to navigate that. Having friends has always been so stressful, so I just have never done it. But I have my best friends that I've had since childhood, and I guess I'm just, really scared that one day they'll just wake up and not want anything to do with me. And, also, what if I'm, outgrowing them? What if, we're all outgrowing each other, you know? But I know that's life, you know? You outgrow people, and, I feel like deep down I know that even if we do all outgrow each other and we all live our own lives, you know, that doesn't mean we love each other any less. That doesn't mean we stop being friends, but I don't know how to not think that way. I feel like I can be really judgmental sometimes. I don't mean to be judgmental in a negative way, but it's the common thing. We judge what we don't understand. So whenever I don't understand someone or I don't understand a certain subject, my first instinct is, yes, to judge it. And I don't know how to break that habit. I think I just get really overwhelmed anytime I think about the lack of control I have on my brain. It's easy for me whenever I'm having good days, I'm having productive days, but then whenever I do have those inevitable down days, it's I'm so wired to beat myself up because in my head I don't see myself. I see myself as someone with illness and obviously some disability to some extent, but I also don't, because it's almost as if I know other people don't view me as that. People have verbally made it clear to me they don't view me as that. And I don't know if that's just because I'm conventionally pretty. I don't know if that's because I do a really good job at suppressing myself. I don't know if that's because I do a really good job at accommodating to everybody else. I feel like autistic people are meant to accommodate to everyone else. We are meant to forget our needs, our wants, our cares, and accommodate to everybody else because we understand everybody else, but most people don't understand us, even though we're the ones that should in some extent be accommodated to. And this is not me saying I need people to accommodate to me, because I'm not even talking about my autism right now. I'm kind of just talking about people's perception of me in general. But when it comes to bipolar disorder, I know that I have no control. I know this is reality, and I knew that this was gonna happen. Even though I didn't think it was gonna happen, I still knew it was gonna happen. I was gonna get depressed again because that's the basis of the disorder. It's pretty simple. I get manic times and I get depressive times. I just really hate depressive times. I feel so guilty for not being able to make content. I feel so guilty for not being able to do Instagram lives. I feel so guilty for just being overwhelmed. I feel so guilty for having this compulsive need to tell people the truth all the time, even if it's in inappropriate situations. I don't like who I am because I'm not easily digestible for other people or myself, you know? If I was on my own, I didn't have to worry about living anywhere with someone. If I didn't have to worry about anything, I just lived by myself, it would be so different. It would be so different. I am really happy about that $150 though, because money is money. Anyways, thanks for watching me break down. Just thought I'd let y'all watch that, you know. Recording myself does always make me feel better because I think I give myself space to cry, which makes me feel better. Get your emotions out. It's really unhealthy to suppress them, so unhealthy. Whenever I learned how unhealthy it is to suppress your emotions, I'm oh my god, I've been doing this my whole life. I need to stop. For me, I now, compulsively, I can't acknowledge a certain problem that I have and just, I guess I'm never gonna think about it again. I'm just gonna distract myself so I never have to think about all these problems I need to fix. I, in my head, view that as selfish. For myself, I'm that's very selfish. You're gonna project your insecurities on everybody else. You're gonna project your judgments on everybody else. So you're gonna harm a bunch of other people by not working on yourself just because you don't want to do the work to work on yourself. So like now I have this like compulsion to like always be working on myself, to always be the best version of myself, to always like, and I don't think this is a bad thing. I actually think this is admirable because I want to be a healthy person. Anybody should want to be a healthy person, you know? We don't want to be unhealthy. So like if there's something I can control, I would like to learn how to control it. Like there are things like, you know, my bipolar disorder, my autism, my ADHD. I know I can't control that stuff, but everything else that I can control, if I'm able to, I would like to be able to. Okay. Bye-bye. See you in a second. Okay, so I just finished watching the Hunger Games movie, Songs and Ballad. I don't know the whole movie title, but I really enjoyed it. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil it, but I feel very intense emotions right now. I'm kind of shaking. This happens after I watch movies. Like, I can't, like, control my, like, I like vibrate inside. It's weird. Like I just have so much like energy inside, and like I don't like watching movies with people, so I went alone today. I went on a solo date. I took myself out and it was good. This is gonna be the last clip of this week's episode of Outliving My Diagnosis. I wanted to end it on a better note. I know I cried a lot this week, which for me is a good thing, but I hope that doesn't come off weird in the video. I'm not trying to just post videos of me crying, but if that's what ends up happening, I guess that's the authenticity of like the videos and the vlogs. I'm gonna go home now and watch the rest of the Hunger Games movies. I'm gonna try to get my laundry done and kind of just prepare for tomorrow. Tomorrow I have to edit this video. I have to pack for my trip. I need to get gas, make sure everything's ready and clean for me to come home to whenever I eventually get home from leaving the trip I'm leaving to on Monday. Buckle up. I like taking myself on little dates, you know, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good knowing that I got out of my house. I didn't wait for someone to ask me to hang out. I hung out with myself. It's like, that's an accomplishment to me. That is something that is really awesome. I feel like I'm really proud of myself. There's also like a group of people in front of my car, kind of ish. So I'm just gonna keep looking at the camera and talking because I don't even want to slightly make contact with anybody right now. Wish me luck on my Thanksgiving trip to go see my family. By the time the second episode of Outliving My Diagnosis from my revamp comes out, I'll already be home. So my next entire vlog will basically be me spending time with my family and you guys meeting my family and getting to talk to my family and me just vlogging that entire trip basically. So stay tuned for that. But then after that, it'll get back to the emotional, crying, sobbing saga, unless that next episode ends up being that too. But thanks for watching this video, guys. Seriously, don't forget to like the video. It helps support the video so much more than you can even imagine. It just takes a second. And yeah, if you didn't like the video, then just don't interact at all. But I hope you liked it regardless. Again, these videos are mostly just for me, and to anybody who watches them, I do hope they help you in any type of way. I'm not trying to just come on the internet and just have a pity party. I just like to express my emotions the best I can. I love you, and please know that you are sexy and you are valid and you are loved, and I will see you next week in next week's videos. Oh, I bet. Bye.
Hope you liked my videos. Is there anything else I'm supposed to say as a YouTuber?